Hello, my grandchild. Bonjour. Wabanong. Vietnam. Pipin Gishmok. Ke Wadanong. Aki. Bish. Manitou. Nin Wabish ke Migwan. Migizi Dudem. Hello, my grandchild. First, we will go to the eastern door to give a gift. Tobacco should always be laid before we enter the circle of life. For this is the sacred grounds for the powwow. Makwa. Thank you, Makwa, for showing your face here, for showing me how strong you are. Ju Wabanong, Vietnam, Hipengishmak, Kawaranong, Aki Bishmanatu. Oh, Miigwech. Hello, my grandchild. I brought you here today to show you beauty in the game. Looks like Rains Falls is listening. In the old days, our warriors, when they came back from hunting, they had a tripod outside their lodge. The tripod held up their spears, held their arrows, their shields. When the shields were hanging in front of the lodge, that meant that that warrior was home. He was not hunting. So it was a good time to stop by. It is a good thing to do today, to hang our shield in the door or a window to let people know that we are Anishinaabe Mo, Anishinaabe, that we are home. So it's okay to stop by. Hopefully, you'll have many visitors, and people will know when you are home, when you leave. Take the shield down so they know. This is the sacred grounds. This is an area that the ancients are. For the ancients are here. When you enter that eastern door of the powwow grounds, the Jingtumak, which means to high step, you walk underneath the feathers of the fallen warriors. There are 147 eagle feathers hanging there, some across the eastern door, and then all on the left side. Our people go clockwise. Out west they go counterclockwise, depending on where you're from. But no matter what powwow you attend, no matter which one you go to, whatever the location, observe the people who are there. If they dance clockwise or counterclockwise, do like they did. It's just showing respect. Maybe once or twice do the opposite direction, the way that you learned. But those feathers are fallen warriors. They are also something we use for our prayers, and our elders say, make sure they are tied down good. Because if they're not, then maybe you weren't supposed to have them if you drop them. Because the eagle does not go back and pick up his feather. Maybe you lost it because you weren't deserving of it. This is the eastern door facing that eastern direction, the beginning, yellow. What you see here is a bundle. It is either Rains Falls' first son or second son. And I believe that the buffalo horns are holding up the skull. I believe that these are people who spoke from the heart. And what is underneath the wings that are wrapped around it is a buffalo heart, the most sacred of animals. For that heart is used in many ceremonies that the natives do. Sundance. There are other things that they're used for too. But I can't teach you everything in here. Some things I will tell you, and some things you have to find elders to learn on your own. Because it takes work to follow the culture. But that's a bundle. And is to be passed down from generation to generation to share. I believe that the people who made the game went to the elders and asked them about these things. Or how would they know? There's 147 feathers here. And each one represents a fallen warrior. When the powwow line forms from the shield that's up there that we started at, you form a line. And when you enter, the oldest enter first. But you always let those veterans go ahead. If you are not a veteran, you stand on the side, either beneath the feathers or on the right side. And you dance, and when they go by, you hold your arm up to show respect. The reason that we are free here is because of the brave. I say thank you to all those veterans who were willing to sacrifice all for me and for you, little brother, my little uncle. The line will dance in a circle as the drum plays. It is called a grand entry. Partway through the song, when it picks up, those people who are carrying in the staffs will stop. Those who led, and they will stand here. The rest will keep dancing, and they'll go around until the song ends. Then they will stop and say hello to each of those veterans. A way of saying thank you. After that, you will have the intertribals. Intertribal means that all tribes that are there are allowed to dance. There are many tribes in America, but remember this, my friend, my little uncle, Banogii, my grandchild. There are 4 tribes on this earth, the red, the yellow, the black, the white. And each one at one time had to learn how to survive because they were all tribal. They didn't start out with the things we have today. This is a sacred place and it should be treated as such because of those feathers that are there, the fallen warriors. For when we use a feather in our hair, we are dancing for the spirit of that animal. We use them for smudging, for our prayers, because the message is given to the Creator faster if we use a feather. And once you enter the circle from the east, you always leave the same door you came in. Unless, of course, it's a naming ceremony. We have decided to do naming ceremonies, weddings, and council meetings here in this sacred area. And it is as it should be because those old ones are watching. The old ones say that when you see the northern lights, they are the fires of the ancients dancing. We're seeing the fires further south because there are many of our people have gone to the spirit world. I am grateful for this game because it has given me a reason and a way to reach you, my grandchild. To step into the future to let you know, in a way, my personality. And it makes me feel good to know. I didn't come in this game for anyone in the game. Just you, my grandchild. And I hope that it helps you learn to want to follow those teachings because there are elders in your area, but you must go to them and offer tobacco and ask them. Ask them for a name if you don't have one, for a Nishnabé Mowin name. Or ask them for something that you may need. But you don't just drop it in their hand. You hold it up and you ask them the question. If they can answer it, they will take the tobacco. It's the same way with our prayers, little one. We can pray or offer tobacco to the Creator and ask for something. We might even promise that we will do something good. But remember this, it doesn't matter how often you pray. Because the commitment that you promise the Creator does not start until the prayer or the tobacco is accepted. And that may take a day, it may take a year, it may take 20 years. You never know. Look at this, our ancestors saw this. And if you enter, and every time you see a fire or go near a fire, remember to lay your tobacco. And always ask when you come to a camp for permission to come in. Because one of the strongest teachings you can receive is respect. And don't forget the others, the 7 teachings. Not only is there respect for all things, honor, truth, humility, wisdom, courage. Courage to fight your own worst enemy, you, and love. All these things are in your heart. This is the eastern door to the burial site. Always respect this area. For the natives would bury their dead as close to the crater as they could get them. Puju wabanong yatnong yeben gishmak ke waranong ki bish manatu. Always enter this area from the eastern door. In the game you will see, I keep hearing Makwa, he is watching me. Good to have that strong warrior here. He's here somewhere. These two beds hold the items that each person was passed on. They hold the artifacts, the shield, the tomahawk, the breastplate, the moccasins, the leggings, the shirts. They hold the items that were special to that warrior to take to the spirit world. And if you notice, there are two beds and two stands holding their items of value. That is because one is Eagle Flies. You have met him in the game. The other one is his other son, which his name is Mukwa. That's why the bear is here. But there is a third. The third is empty. That is because my grandson let us walk the direction we're supposed to, clockwise. I was used to walking the other way because I believe that they went to the Lakota Sioux, or the Sioux tribe, to learn this. And they go counterclockwise, I have heard. But I want to respect all. So that's why I was going the opposite way. Our people always go clockwise, my little one. These circles you see of the stones, they represent the four directions. And someday, because they're only used for Sundance or ceremonies or burial areas, because someday, and this is where you'll get the ancient hatchet, someday rains falls, when he passes, he will come here, so he is by his sons. And he will be facing both his sons. What you see here are the colors: green, red, brown, black. They stand for the four directions: east, south, west, north. East is the beginning of life. When we pass to the spirit world, we go out the western door. Always treat this place with respect. We must always have the courage to fight our own worst enemy, to remember of who we are and where we came from. That is why this is in the game, to remind us of our culture. In this game, I can do weddings, I can do namings, I can even do fastings, but I can also tell stories. And I want to do these things for you, my grandchild, because I want you to know where you originated from, where you came from, and maybe search, because it's not just being handed to you. If you want to know if these things are true, or you want to know more, find your local elders, old ones who danced. Every reservation has a minority within a minority. You have the Indians in there, but you have the seated ones, and you have the traditional, the minority within the minority. For they are the strongest. For they believe in keeping the old ways alive. This represents the four directions. This represents the earth. This one represents water. And this one over here represents Mishomis. Because there are 7 items in each thing. Each time when we make a drum, we must have the 7 colors. And they are, to our tribe, red, yellow, black, white. But there is also green for Mother Earth, blue for Grandfather Sky, and brown representing us, human beings. We are from Michigan. We are Odawa and Mackinac. If you want to learn the old ways, observe the animals. When you see a deer, he will show you, because he walks on his tiptoes to be very quiet. You can tell the difference between the way they walk, a male and a female deer. The female, her front legs go between her back legs, where the male, the back legs go between the front as they run. You can probably guess why. I can't tell you everything. Also, watch the seagulls. For when there's a storm coming, you'll see a lot of seagulls in a field. It isn't because they're eating. It's because they're waiting for the storm to pass. Observing the animals is how we learn to survive. We are survivors. The wolf is a survivor. A lot of wolves have died in the past, and many of our people, but we are still here. We are still learning the old way and passing it on. That's why I like this game. Some look at it as a game. It is a way to reach you, my grandchild. That makes it the most beautiful of things. My grandchild, I hope that you do see this. I hope that the earth hasn't given up on us, because she, like us, will fight to survive. And whether we help her or not, she will try to survive. So if you're around and you see this, my grandchild, do not go out the western door. If you see this, do not give up on the earth, for she will never give up on you. She will fight to survive, my grandchild, and so must you. This is a beautiful game. It teaches us about life, respecting others, doing for others. Help people in this game, because it makes you feel good. Because it makes you a good human being when you leave this game and go back to the real world. Remember this spot, my grandchild, and do powwows here. I ask that all tribes, if any of you see this, please, if you've been to powwows, show others. Because we should be here to teach all those who ask in a good way. How do we know who it is that's asking in a good way? Those who hold a feather up and pray. Those who maybe hold a cross up and pray. Most people, when they pray, it comes from the heart, and they use items that their heart would understand. What's that? Is that a bear? Oh, see, the spirits are already enjoying the gift we gave. Oh, Makwa. The medicine. For the bear's strong medicine. Oh, what do you think? You think he'll defend that food, my grandchild? If you want to help animals, observe from a distance. Makwa! Nahechene kite! Makwa! Ni nuabishke migwan, migizi dudem. Oh, that is the first time I've seen a bear. Ah. If he comes after me, I'm headed for a rock. Must have respect for that bear. I do not mean to bother you. That's something, even in a game. If you show him respect, he will show you. Let's let him eat. My grandchild, remember, you as you grow in life, you may look for that special someone that you love. But I will tell you how to find him. You walk to the water when it's glass smooth on a clear day. Walk in up to your ankles and look down. There is the one you seek. For until you care about yourself, you can't care for anyone. My grandchild, you were innocent when you were born. You will go from innocence to experience on the road of life. Don't let that experience lead you the wrong way. There will be those who say, follow your heart. Don't do it. I say, let the heart lead. My grandchild, I wish that I could have seen you and met you. I wish. But remember this, someday you'll be walking down the road of life and a stone will fall at your feet. That is me telling you to pay attention because you may miss something. Thank you, grandchild, for listening. Miigwech, 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 miigwech.